The gunshot echoed through the parking lot, dropping to the ground as the bullet shattered her apartment window above. Glass rained down like deadly confetti. "Get down!" Ji Chang-wook threw himself over her, his body a shield. His gun was already drawn, scanning for the shooter. Across the parking lot, Lee Jae-wook emerged from his car, weapon raised, his men fanning out behind him. "Chang-wook. Is she hurt? Stay back." Ji Chang-wook's voice was lethal. "This is your doing." "My doing?" Jae-wook's eyes blazed. "You're the one who brought war to her doorstep." Yudoka's hands trembled as she touched her stomach, 9 weeks pregnant, caught between two rival mafia bosses, and she still didn't know which one was the father of her child. 3 months ago, she was just a pharmaceutical sales rep living a normal life in Asaba. Now she was the center of a deadly war. "How did I get here?" she whispered, tears mixing with the dust on her face. "Let me take you back to where it all began." Welcome back to Afro-Korean Love Tales channel besties. We're about to start a new journey once again. Kindly hit the like and subscribe button as it will be of encouragement to me. 3 months earlier. "NNE, when are you bringing a man home?" Yudoka rolled her eyes at her phone screen, her mother's worried face filling the display. She was packing her briefcase for another long day of sales calls across Delta State. "Mama, not this again. I'm 28, not 48. Your cousin Chioma just had her second child." "Good for Chioma." Yudoka checked her reflection one last time, her yellow Ankara dress hugged her curves perfectly, her natural hair styled in a neat afro. "I have a big presentation today in Asaba. Can we talk about my non-existent love life later?" Her mother sighed dramatically. "You're always working. Don't forget you're an Igbo woman. Family is important." "I know, Mama. I love you." "Oya, let me go." After the call ended, Yudoka grabbed her keys and headed out. The presentation that day went terribly, the client chose a competitor's product. By 2 p.m., she was frustrated, hungry, and desperately needed comfort food. Mrs. Park's Korean restaurant had become her sanctuary over the past 6 months. The elderly Korean woman had taught her about kimchi, bulgogi, and how to say delicious in Korean, masiseo. "My dear Yudoka." Mrs. Park's face lit up as she entered. "You look tired today. Come. I make you special bibimbap." Yudoka slid into her usual corner booth, grateful for the peaceful atmosphere. The restaurant was nearly empty, just her and the smell of sizzling meat and fermented vegetables. Then the door opened. The temperature in the room dropped. Mrs. Park's smile froze. 3 men entered, 2 in dark suits flanking a third man who commanded attention without trying. He was tall, sharply dressed in a midnight blue suit, with cold eyes that swept the restaurant like a predator assessing prey. Everyone knew him. Everyone feared him. Except Yudoka, who was too absorbed in her phone to notice. "Annyeonghaseyo, Mr. G," Mrs. Park's voice trembled slightly. "Your usual table?" Ji Chang-wook nodded, but his eyes had locked onto the woman in the yellow dress who hadn't even looked up. In his world, people either avoided his gaze or stared in fear. She did neither. Interesting. He dismissed his bodyguards with a subtle gesture and approached Mrs. Park. "The usual. And?" He glanced at Yudoka. "Whatever she's having, make it special." Mrs. Park's eyes widened but she bowed quickly. When the food arrived, Yudoka looked up in surprise. "Mrs. Park, I didn't order all this." "Compliments of that gentleman." Mrs. Park gestured nervously toward Ji Chang-wook's table. Yudoka turned. Their eyes met. For Ji Chang-wook, something shifted. Her face held no recognition of who he was, no fear. Just curiosity and a warm smile that reached her eyes. "Thank you," Yudoka called out in Korean, butchering the pronunciation. "Gamsahamnida." A ghost of a smile touched his lips, the first genuine smile in months. He stood and walked to her table. "May I?" "Sure." She gestured to the seat across from her. Up close, she noticed details, the faint scar above his left eyebrow, the expensive watch, the way his suit jacket couldn't quite hide his muscular build. He looked like money and danger mixed together. I'm Udoka. Ji Chang-wook. His English carried a thick accent. You like Korean food? Love it. Mrs. Park has been teaching me. I'm trying to learn the language too, but... She laughed, I'm terrible at it. Your pronunciation needs work, he said, but his tone was gentle, almost amused. You're from Delta State? Born and raised. My family is from Asaba, we're Igbo. You? Seoul. But I've been here 5 years now. 5 years? Wow. What brought you to Nigeria? His jaw tightened slightly. Business opportunities. What kind of business? Import and export. The lie came smoothly. Shipping, mostly. We move goods through the ports. They talked for an hour. Ji Chang-wook found himself sharing things he never shared, how he missed Seoul's winters, how Nigerian jollof rice reminded him of his mother's kimchi fried rice, how Delta State felt more like home than Seoul ever did. Udoka was captivated by his intensity. When he spoke, he gave her his complete attention, as if she was the only person in the world. It was intoxicating. Can I see you again? He asked as they stood to leave. Udoka hesitated. Something about him screamed danger. But something else, something in those dark eyes, whispered promise. Okay, she heard herself say, typing her number into his phone. As she walked to her car, she didn't see the black SUV following at a distance, or the way Ji Chang-wook's bodyguards materialized from nowhere to surround him. She didn't know she'd just given her number to the most dangerous man in northern Delta State. 1 week later, Udoka's friend Amara dragged her to an art gallery opening in Asaba. You've been moping all week about that presentation, Amara said, adjusting her geli. We need to get you out. Plus, there'll be fine men there. I'm not looking for men. Girl, please. When last did you even go on a date? Udoka thought about Ji Chang-wook. They'd texted every day. He'd asked her to dinner twice, but she'd been nervous, making excuses. The gallery was stunning, Afro-Korean fusion art that blended traditional Nigerian patterns with Korean minimalism. Udoka stood before a painting of the Niger River at sunset, Korean characters flowing like water across the canvas. Beautiful, isn't it? She turned. The man beside her was gorgeous, tall, impeccably dressed in a cream linen suit, with a smile that could charm birds from trees. It's like two worlds trying to exist in the same space, Udoka said. Fighting and coexisting simultaneously. His eyes sparkled. I'm Lee Jae-wook. Udoka. They shook hands. His grip was warm, confident. Are you an artist? No, pharmaceutical sales. You? International trade. I work with luxury goods, art, wine, exclusive imports. He gestured around the gallery. I funded this exhibition, actually. Really? That's amazing. Would you let me buy you a drink? I'd love to hear what you think of the other pieces. Something in his smile made her pulse quicken, but differently than Ji Chang-wook. Where Ji was intensity and quiet power, Jae-wook was charm and electric energy. Sure. They spent the evening discussing art, culture, what it meant to belong to two worlds. Jae-wook made her laugh, truly laugh, for the first time in weeks. So, Udoka from Asaba, he said as the gallery closed, can I take you to dinner sometime? She thought of Ji Chang-wook. They weren't exclusive. They'd barely spent time together. I'd like that. As she left, she didn't notice Lee Jae-wook's expression darken as he made a phone call. Find out everything about her. Family, work, friends. Everything. She didn't know she'd just caught the attention of the most ambitious gangster in southern Delta State. And she definitely didn't know that these two men hated each other with a passion that had already left bodies in its wake. 3 weeks passed like a fever dream. Their first official date was at a private restaurant overlooking the Niger Bridge. Ji Chang-wook had reserved the entire rooftop. This is too much, Udoka said, taking in the candles, the live guitarist, the view of Asaba's lights reflecting off the water. Nothing is too much for you. His intensity made her shiver. They ate in comfortable silence at first, then Ji began teaching her Korean phrases. Sarangi means I love you. But we say it carefully, only when we mean it. What do you say when you're just starting to care about someone? His dark eyes held hers. Joheo. I like you. Joheo, she repeated softly. He reached across the table, his scarred knuckles gentle against her hand. Yudoka, I need you to know something. My life, it's complicated. Dangerous sometimes. What do you mean? He hesitated, war playing across his features. Then he pulled back. Just know that if you're with me, I'll protect you with my life. No one will ever hurt you. The possessiveness should have scared her. Instead, it made her feel safe. That night, in his penthouse overlooking the city, they made love slowly. Ji Chang-wook touched her like she was sacred, like he was afraid she'd disappear. When he fell asleep, she traced the scars on his back, knife wounds, bullet grazes, and wondered what kind of import business left marks like these. 2 days later, Jae-wook took her to a private beach in Wari. The sand was white, the water crystal clear, and Afrobeats poured from speakers hidden in the palm trees. You own this beach? Yudoka asked, incredulous. I own several things. He grinned, pulling her into the water. But right now, I just want to own your attention. He made her dance, made her forget her worries. Where Ji was careful and protective, Jae-wook was wild and free. He spun her in circles, kissed her in the waves, made her feel alive. Later, wrapped in expensive towels, drinking wine as the sun set, he said, I'm building something here, Yudoka. An empire. And I want someone beside me who sees the vision. What kind of empire? The kind where we make our own rules. His eyes glittered. Where no one tells us who to be or what to want. That night, in his luxury suite at the Wari Wetland Hotel, they made love passionately. Jae-wook was fire and hunger, consuming and being consumed. Afterward, he held her close and whispered, You're going to change everything for me. I can feel it. Yudoka's phone buzzed constantly. Ji Chang-wook, thinking of you. Lee Jae-wook, miss your smile. She sat in her apartment, head in her hands. Amara had come over with wine and judgment. Girl, you're playing with fire, Amara said. 2 men? At the same time? I haven't committed to either of them. Yudoka protested. We're just dating. Dating? Yudoka, you're sleeping with both of them. I know. Yudoka's voice cracked. But Amara, they make me feel different things. Ji makes me feel protected, seen. Like I matter. Jae-wook makes me feel alive, exciting. Like I can be more than just me. You need to choose. Before someone gets hurt. But how could she choose between safety and excitement? Between intensity and passion? Yudoka's car broke down on the dark Port Harcourt Road at 11 p.m. She was returning from a sales call in River State when the engine simply died. Her hands shook as she called for roadside assistance. The highway was notorious, armed robbers, kidnappers. Her phone showed only 15% battery. Then a convoy of black SUVs appeared, surrounding her car. Her heart stopped. The lead vehicle's door opened. Lee Jae-wook stepped out, and relief flooded through her. Jae-wook. Oh, thank God. Are you insane? His voice was sharp, angry. Driving alone at this hour? Do you have any idea what could have happened? She'd never seen him angry before. Behind him, his men were heavily armed, not just pistols, but serious military-grade weapons. I had a meeting. Get in my car. Now. He wasn't asking. As his men loaded her vehicle onto a trailer, Yudoka sat in his leather-seated SUV, watching him bark orders in Korean. His whole demeanor had changed. This wasn't the charming man from the beach. This was someone else. Someone dangerous. Jae-wook, why do your men have so many guns? Protection. Protection from what? His jaw clenched. From people who would hurt what's mine. I'm not yours. He turned to her, eyes blazing. Aren't you? The ride back was silent and tense. Udoka's mind raced. What kind of international trade required armed convoys? Week 6 asterisk. She was having lunch with Ji Chang-wook at a local restaurant when a Nigerian man approached their table. He was sweating, terrified. "Mr. Ji, please. I just need one more week. My daughter is sick, Ji Chang-wook's expression went ice cold. The temperature dropped 10 degrees. "I gave you 2 extensions already." His voice was dead calm, which somehow made it more terrifying. "Please, just leave. Before I change my mind about being generous." The man practically ran out. Udoka stared. "Chang-wook, what was that about?" "Business." "What kind of business makes people that afraid?" His eyes met hers, and for the first time, she saw the truth swimming in their depths, the violence, the power, the darkness. "Don't ask questions you don't want answers to." "Maybe I do want answers." He leaned forward. "No, Udoka. You don't. Trust me." But trust was becoming harder. Udoka made a casual mistake. She was having drinks with Jae-wook when she mentioned meeting a Korean businessman named Ji Chang-wook. Jae-wook's glass shattered in his hand. "What did you say?" Blood dripped from his palm, but he didn't seem to notice. I met someone with a Korean name like yours. I thought it was interesting." Ji Chang-wook. His voice was poison. "You know Ji Chang-wook?" Yes. He runs an import business." Jae-wook laughed, but it was hollow, bitter. "Import business. Right." He grabbed her wrist, not hard enough to hurt, but firm enough to shock her. "Stay away from him." "Excuse me?" "He's dangerous, Udoka. More dangerous than you can imagine. You're hurting me." He released her immediately, horror crossing his face. "God, I'm sorry. That man is my enemy. If he knows about you, if he's using you to get to me." "Get to you?" "Jae-wook, what are you talking about?" But he was already on his phone, speaking rapid Korean, his face twisted in rage. Udoka stood up. "I'm leaving." "Udoka, wait." "No. I don't know what's going on, but I'm not a pawn in whatever game you and Ji Chang-wook are playing." She walked out, hands trembling. That night, she did what she should have done weeks ago, she Googled both their names. What she found made her blood run cold. The articles were in Korean, but Google Translate worked well enough. Korean national Ji Chang-wook linked to organized crime syndicate. Lee Jae-wook, suspected of arms trafficking in West Africa. Rival gangs clash at Onitsha port, 3 dead. Photos of both men at what were clearly not legitimate business meetings. Reddit threads about Korean Mafia operations in Delta State. Witnesses talking about protection rackets, drug shipments, violence. Udoka ran to the bathroom and vomited. She'd been sleeping with gangsters. Criminals. Killers. Her phone buzzed. "Ji Chang-wook, dinner tomorrow?" Then Jae-wook, "I'm sorry about tonight. Let me make it up to you." She blocked both numbers, then unblocked them, then blocked them again. She needed to end this. Both of them. Immediately. But that's when she noticed she was late. 3 days late. Her period was never late. "No," she whispered. "No, no, no." The pregnancy test from the pharmacy checkout was positive. So was the second one. And the third. Udoka slid down the bathroom wall, test sticks scattered around her like accusations. 9 weeks meant, it could be either of them. Week 3 with Ji Chang-wook. Week 5 with Jae-wook. Oh God. She pressed her hands to her flat stomach. What have I done? The doctor's office was cold. Udoka sat on the examination table, paper crinkling beneath her, staring at the ultrasound screen. "Congratulations," Dr. Okonkwo said with a warm smile. "You're about 9 weeks along. Everything looks healthy." Healthy. Her baby was healthy. Their baby. But whose? Ms. Udoka, is the father involved? Dr. Okonkwo asked gently, noticing her tears. It's complicated. Well, you'll need support. Pregnancy isn't easy. And you'll need to start prenatal vitamins immediately. Udoka barely heard the rest. She took the ultrasound photo, a tiny blob that would become a person, and walked out in a daze. In her car, she finally unblocked both numbers. 23 missed calls from Ji Chang-wook. 17 from Lee Jae-wook. Dozens of texts. Ji Chang-wook, why are you avoiding me? Ji Chang-wook, did I do something wrong? Ji Chang-wook, please talk to me. Ji Chang-wook, I'm worried about you. Lee Jae-wook, I'm sorry for grabbing you. I was out of line. Lee Jae-wook, please give me a chance to explain. Lee Jae-wook, Udoka, I'm going crazy here. Lee Jae-wook, at least tell me you're safe. She should tell them. She had to tell them. But which one first? How do you tell two rival gangsters that one of them is about to be a father? Her phone rang. Her mother. NNE, why haven't you called? I've been worried. Udoka broke down. Mama, I made a terrible mistake. What happened? Talk to me. I can't. I can't tell you over the phone. I need to come home. Come now. Your father and I are here. Her parents' house in Asaba was exactly as she remembered, warm, full of life, smelling like her mother's egusi soup. But sitting across from them in the living room, Udoka felt like a child again. A child who'd disappointed everyone. I'm pregnant, she said quietly. Her mother gasped. Her father's face went stone cold. Who is the father? Her father demanded. I don't know. The silence was deafening. You don't know? Her mother's voice trembled. Udoka, what have you been doing? I was dating two men. I didn't know they knew each other. I didn't know what they were, her voice broke. Mama, they're criminals. Gangsters. Korean Mafia. Her father stood abruptly. Korean Mafia? Udoka, are you insane? I didn't know. They told me they were businessmen. By the time I found out, I was already, she touched her stomach. Her mother moved to sit beside her, taking her hands. NNE, this is serious. These men are dangerous. I know, Mama. That's why I blocked their numbers. I'm going to disappear. Move to Lagos, maybe Enugu. Somewhere they can't find me. And raise a child alone, her father said harshly. With no support? No father? Better than raising a child in a war zone. They'll find you, her mother said quietly. Men like that always do. And when they do, what then? Udoka had no answer. That same night, across town, Ji Chang-wook and Lee Jae-wook met for the first time in 2 years. The warehouse near the Onitsha border was neutral territory. Both men brought their crews, 10 armed men each, standing in tense formation. You wanted to talk, Ji Chang-wook said coldly. Talk. Your shipment that went missing last week? Jae-wook smiled. I have it. You stole from me. You've been encroaching on Wari territory for months. Consider it compensation. Ji Chang-wook's hand moved toward his gun. 20 weapons clicked in response. Go ahead, Jae-wook taunted. Start a war you can't finish. You think I can't crush you? I think you're getting soft. I heard you've been spending time with some Igbo woman. What's her name again? He paused deliberately. Udoka? Ji Chang-wook's blood ran cold. What did you say? Beautiful woman. Pharmaceutical sales rep lives in Asaba. Loves Korean food. Jae-wook's smile widened. Oh, and she's an amazing kisser. You son of a... Ji Chang-wook lunged. His men barely held him back. That's right, Jae-wook laughed. The woman you've been falling for? I've had her too. Multiple times, actually. I'll kill you. Get in line. Jae-wook's expression turned serious. But here's the interesting part, she ghosted both of us. Blocked our numbers. Disappeared. Why do you think that is? Ji Chang-wook's mind raced. Yudoka had been avoiding him for a week. He thought he'd done something wrong, moved too fast, scared her away. She found out what we are, Ji Chang-wook said quietly. Smart girl. Jae-wook's jaw clenched. But I'm not letting her go. She's mine. She was never yours. And she's yours? We'll see about that. They stood facing each other, decades of rivalry and now something new, competition for the same woman. Find her, both men ordered their crews simultaneously. It took them less than 24 hours. Ji Chang-wook's men tracked her phone's last location. Jae-wook's people paid off a nurse at the hospital. When the nurse mentioned a pregnancy test and ultrasound, both men went very still. 9 weeks, the nurse had said. 9 weeks. Both men did the math. Yudoka returned to her apartment at 8 p.m., exhausted from crying all day at her parents' house. She just wanted to sleep, to pretend none of this was real. She didn't notice the 2 luxury cars parked outside. She didn't see the men watching from the shadows. She walked up the stairs to her 3rd-floor apartment, keys in hand. That's when footsteps behind her. 2 sets. She turned. Ji Chang-wook stood on the left. Lee Jae-wook on the right. Both their faces were thunderous. Yudoka, Ji Chang-wook said, his voice deadly calm. We need to talk. About the baby, Jae-wook finished. Her keys clattered to the ground. How did you? You think you can hide from us? Ji Chang-wook moved closer. You think we wouldn't find out? I wasn't hiding, I was trying to protect. Protect what? Jae-wook's voice rose. Protect my child? Your child? Ji Chang-wook rounded on him. That's my baby she's carrying. You don't know that. Neither do you. Stop. Yudoka screamed. Both of you, just stop. They fell silent, both staring at her with intensity that made her knees weak. I didn't want you to find out like this, she whispered. I didn't want you to find out at all. Why? Ji Chang-wook's voice cracked, actual emotion breaking through. Because we're not good enough? Because of what we do? Because I'm terrified. The words exploded out of her. You're criminals. You kill people. You hate each other. And now I'm pregnant, and I don't know which one of you is the father, and, she slid down the wall, sobbing. My baby is going to be born into a war. Both men knelt beside her immediately, their rivalry forgotten for a moment. No war, Ji Chang-wook said firmly. I promise you, no war. You can't promise that. You two have been enemies for years. Then we call a truce, Jae-wook said. For you. For the baby. A truce? Ji Chang-wook scoffed. You stole from me 3 days ago. You killed 2 of my men last month. They were moving product through my territory. Your territory? That's debatable. See? Yudoka wiped her tears. You can't even stand here for 5 minutes without fighting. How am I supposed to raise a child with this? Silence. Ji Chang-wook spoke first. What do you want, Yudoka? Tell us, and we'll make it happen. I want. She looked at both of them. I want to know this baby will be safe. I want to know that being your child won't get them killed. Can you promise me that? Yes, they said in unison. Can you really? She stood, facing them both. Because from where I'm standing, you're both more interested in being right than being fathers. That hit home. Both men looked away. I need time, Yudoka said. Time to think. Time to figure this out. How much time? Jae-wook asked. I don't know. A week? 2? No. Ji Chang-wook shook his head. Absolutely not. You're not disappearing again. I'm not asking for permission. You're pregnant with possibly my child, Jae-wook interrupted. You think I'm letting you out of my sight? So what, you're going to hold me prisoner? We're going to protect you, Ji Chang-wook corrected. Whether you like it or not. And that's when Yudoka realized her life was no longer her own. The next morning, Yudoka woke up in her own bed, but everything felt different. Outside her apartment building, Ji Chang-wook's men guarded the north entrance. Lee Jae-wook's crew watched the south. They glared at each other but held their positions, an uneasy truce. Her phone had 17 new messages. Ji Chang-wook, good morning. My doctor will come by at 10 a.m. for a checkup. Lee Jae-wook, I'm sending a nutritionist and prenatal vitamins. The best money can buy. Ji Chang-wook, I had your car serviced. The brakes needed work. Lee Jae-wook, moved you to the top of the wait list at the best maternity hospital in Delta State. They were competing. Even now, they were competing. Amara came over at noon, eyes wide as she took in the armed guards. Girl, what the hell is happening? Yudoka filled her in on everything. So you're pregnant by one of two Korean gangsters who hate each other, and now they're both guarding you like you're the president? Amara summarized. That's accurate. Yudoka, this is insane. You need to leave. Tonight. I'll help you. They'll find me. They found me in less than a day. So what, you're just going to accept this? Let them control your life? I don't have a choice. You always have a choice. Amara grabbed her hands. Listen to me. These men are dangerous. What happens when they decide the baby is more important than you? What happens if they kill each other and leave you alone anyway? Yudoka had no answers. 3 days later, everything exploded. A rival gang from Port Harcourt, sensing weakness in the truce between Ji Chang-wook and Lee Jae-wook, decided to make a move. Yudoka was coming home from a doctor's appointment. Both men had insisted on sending armed escorts. She was in the parking lot when she heard the motorcycle engines. 3 bikes. 6 gunmen. They opened fire. The first bullet hit Ji Chang-wook's guard in the chest. The second shattered Yudoka's car window. She screamed, diving behind a car as gunfire erupted. Then Ji Chang-wook was there, throwing himself over her body, returning fire with deadly precision. His shots didn't miss, 2 gunmen down. Lee Jae-wook's SUV came screaming into the parking lot, his men pouring out with automatic weapons. The battle lasted 90 seconds but felt like forever. When the smoke cleared, all 6 attackers were dead. 3 of the guards were wounded. And Yudoka was sobbing in Ji Chang-wook's arms, unharmed but traumatized. You're okay, he kept repeating. You're okay, I've got you. Lee Jae-wook rushed over, his face pale. Is she hurt? Is the baby? We're fine, Yudoka whispered, though she was shaking violently. We're fine. Both men looked at each other, really looked, for the first time since this began. This is our fault, Jae-wook said quietly. I know. Ji Chang-wook's jaw was tight. They came because of the truce. Because we look weak. Then we end the weakness. Yudoka pulled away from both of them. What does that mean? It means, Ji Chang-wook said, his voice hard, we stop playing nice with our enemies. More violence? More death? Her voice rose. That's your solution? It's the only solution in our world, Jae-wook said. Then maybe I don't want to be in your world. She stood, backing away from both of them. Maybe my baby doesn't need to be in this world. Yudoka, both men started. No. Look at what just happened. I almost died. My baby almost died. Because of you. Because of what you do, who you are. Tears streamed down her face. I can't do this. I can't raise a child like this. Ji Chang-wook's face went white. What are you saying? I'm saying maybe. She took a shaking breath. Maybe this baby would be better off without any of us. The words hung in the air like a death sentence. No. Lee Jae-wook's voice was firm. Don't even think like that. That's my child, Ji Chang-wook said, his voice breaking. Maybe. Probably. That's my child, and I won't let you. Let me? Udoka's anger flared. You don't get to let me do anything. This is my body, my choice, my life that's being destroyed. Silence fell like a hammer. Then Lee Jae-wook did something unexpected. He knelt. You're right, he said quietly. This is your choice. Your life. We've been so focused on fighting each other, protecting the baby, we forgot about you. Ji Chang-wook knelt too. I'm sorry. I've been treating you like a possession, not a person. Udoka stared at both of them, these powerful, dangerous men, kneeling before her. I'm scared, she whispered. I'm so scared. I know, Ji Chang-wook said. So am I. Me too, Jae-wook admitted. I've never been more terrified in my life. What kind of father can I be to this child? Udoka asked. What kind of mother brings a baby into a world of guns and violence? The strong kind, Ji Chang-wook said. The brave kind. The kind who fights for what matters. And what matters, she asked. You, both men said together. Then they looked at each other, surprised. We can't keep fighting, Jae-wook said to Ji Chang-wook. Not anymore. Not with her and the baby in the middle. Agreed. Ji Chang-wook extended his hand. Truce. Real truce. For as long as it takes. They shook hands, the first peace between them in years. But, Ji Chang-wook continued, we still need to know. Know what? Udoka asked. Who the father is. 2 weeks later, at Delta State University Teaching Hospital, they sat in 3 chairs, Udoka in the middle, both men on either side. The doctor entered with an envelope. The paternity test results, he said carefully, looking at the unusual arrangement. Are you all ready? Udoka's hand rested on her now visible baby bump. 12 weeks pregnant. The baby was real now, moving sometimes, growing. Wait, she said suddenly. Before we open it, I need to say something. Both men turned to her. Whoever the father is, she said slowly, I need you both to understand something. This baby will know both of you. If you're the father, she looked at Ji Chang-wook, Jae-wook will still be in our lives. And if you're the father, she looked at Jae-wook, Chang-wook will still be around. What? Jae-wook frowned. Why? Because whether you like it or not, you're both part of this story. Both of you made me feel things I'd never felt. Both of you showed me different kinds of strength. And both of you, her voice softened, both of you loved me in your own broken ways. Loved? Ji Chang-wook repeated. Past tense? I don't know what I feel anymore, she admitted. But I know this baby deserves better than parents who hate each other. Silence. Then Lee Jae-wook laughed, a real, genuine laugh. You're asking me to co-parent with my worst enemy? I'm asking you to be men instead of monsters, she corrected. Ji Chang-wook smiled slightly. She has a point. Fine, Jae-wook said. But if you're the father, I get to teach the kid taekwondo. If you're the father, I get to teach them how to cook Korean food. Deal. They shook hands again, and Udoka felt something shift, hope, maybe. Okay, she said to the doctor. We're ready. The doctor opened the envelope. Read it. Looked up with surprise. Well, all 3 said simultaneously. The results are inconclusive. What? Ji Chang-wook stood. That's impossible. Not impossible, just unusual. We'll need to wait until after birth for more accurate testing, or we can try a more advanced prenatal test. No more tests, Udoka said firmly. No more waiting. We're doing this together, all of us, until this baby is born. Then we'll know. You're serious? Jae-wook asked. Completely. She stood, facing both of them. 5 more months. Can you two put aside your war for 5 months? Both men looked at each other, years of hatred and rivalry weighing against something new, responsibility, maybe even redemption. Yes, Ji Chang-wook said finally. Yes, Lee Jae-wook agreed. 5 months later. The delivery room was chaos. Yudoka screamed, squeezing both men's hands so hard their bones cracked. "You did this to me," she yelled at both of them. "Both of you." "I'm sorry," Ji Chang-wook said, looking genuinely terrified. "Me too," Jae-wook added, equally pale. "Push," the doctor commanded. One final push, and suddenly, crying. Beautiful, loud, healthy crying. "It's a boy," the nurse announced. They laid him on Yudoka's chest, tiny, perfect, with a head of black hair. Yudoka cried. Ji Chang-wook cried. Lee Jae-wook wiped his eyes discreetly. "He's beautiful," Ji Chang-wook whispered. "Perfect," Jae-wook agreed. The doctor prepared for the immediate paternity test they'd arranged. 10 minutes felt like hours. Then the doctor returned. "The father is..." He looked at his clipboard. "Ji Chang-wook." Ji Chang-wook's face transformed, shock, joy, terror, love all at once. I'm a father." Yudoka saw Lee Jae-wook's face fall, saw the pain he tried to hide. "Jae-wook," she called out. He looked at her, trying to smile. "Congratulations. Both of you. Come here," she insisted. He approached hesitantly. "You promised," she reminded him. "You promised to be in his life. That was before. Nothing's changed. He needs you too. I need you too." She reached for his hand. "Uncle Jae-wook has a nice ring to it." His eyes widened. "You still want me around?" "Always." Ji Chang-wook extended his hand to Jae-wook. "She's right. The kid should know both of us. Learn from both of us." "Are you sure?" Jae-wook asked. "No," Ji Chang-wook admitted. "But I'm willing to try." They shook hands over the baby, a truce sealed not in blood but in love. 3 years later. Little Jimin ran through the garden, laughing as Uncle Jae-wook chased him with a toy sword. "I'll get you." Jae-wook roared playfully. "Daddy, save me." Jimin ran to Ji Chang-wook, who scooped him up. "I've got you, son." Yudoka watched from the porch, her hand resting on her pregnant belly. This time, they knew Ji Chang-wook was the father from the start. The two former enemies had become unlikely friends, partners in the strangest parenting arrangement Delta State had ever seen. "Who would have thought?" Amara said beside her. "Not me," Yudoka admitted. "But look at them. Two dangerous men, reformed by love and fatherhood. A child born from chaos, raised in peace. And a woman who'd accidentally ended a gang war by capturing both their hearts." "Life is strange," Yudoka said with a smile. "Strange," Amara agreed, "but beautiful." Did Ji Chang-wook deserve to be the father? Or were you Team Lee Jae-wook? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Who would you have chosen? And if you love this story, smash that like button. Subscribe for more intense romance and drama stories. Hit the notification bell so you never miss when we drop the next chapter. Comment below. Team Ji Chang-wook if you think he was the right father. Team Lee Jae-wook if you wanted a different ending. What should happen in the sequel? Should we make a part 2? Let us know. Your support makes these stories possible. Thank you for watching. See you in the next story.